Hi everyone, welcome to CTPS Education channel. This video is to discuss about one of the important concept in Java, especially for interview purpose, that is exception handling. We are going to see basic concepts of exception handling along with interview questions and answers. Let's start. What is exception? Exception means an unwanted, unexpected event that disturbs the normal execution flow of the program. So because of this exception, our program will get stopped in the middle itself. So it is nothing but a kind of disturbance. What is exception handling? We saw what is exception. So some process or technique which is used to handle this exception is called exception handling. It is a process which is used for graceful termination of the program, so that our program will not get stopped in the middle if we handle that. Explain exception hierarchy. Throwable. Throwable is a superclass of all the exception classes. Under throwable we have error and exception. Both this error and exception will cause our program to stop in the middle itself. But main difference between them is error is something which is caused not due to our program and it is out of our control. Exception is something which is caused due to our program only and it can be handled. So exception, some exceptions can be checked at compile time itself. That is when we are writing our program itself, compiler will let us some exception is there and you have to handle that, like that compiler will say. So that exceptions are called checked exceptions. And another exception is unchecked exception. Some exceptions that compiler cannot check. So those are called unchecked exceptions. Let's see some examples for them. Error means example out of memory error. So if you are getting out of memory error, we cannot handle that error. And virtual machine error. Checked exception examples, file not found exception. Unchecked exception example, arithmetic exceptions. Difference between error and exception. While seeing exception hierarchy itself, we saw about them. Now let's understand more. So to remember easily about their differences, we have to know their examples. So example for error is out of memory error, and for exception is arithmetic exception and array index out of bound exception. Arithmetic exception is something when we are trying to divide a number by 0. So that time we will get this arithmetic exception. Array index out of bound exception is when we are trying to assign a value that is more than array. So we will get this array index out of bound exception. So now with these examples we can see the other points. Error occurs outside of our program control. So this out of memory error, we cannot handle that. It is not due to our program and it is out of our control. So this point. But exception, it is due to our program defect only. And this error, it is non-recoverable. We cannot recover that. And the exception, on the other hand, we can recover that. Difference between checked and unchecked exception. Checked exception means exceptions which can be checked by the compiler. Unchecked exception means something which cannot be handled by the compiler. But how this compiler knows which is checked and which is unchecked means some classes, for example if we take file. So when we are trying to use this file itself, file class itself, compiler will force us to use that file not found exception because it knows already there may be some case like that file may not be there, so it knows already and compiler will force us to throw that exception. So that is checked exception. Unchecked exception means some exceptions that we only have to handle. This compiler doesn't know about that, like going to divide a number by 0, that case we only, compiler cannot check. So those are called unchecked exception. Now let's see differences between them. Checked exception means it occurs at compile time. First difference is that only. Unchecked exception occurs at runtime. Checked exception, compiler will force to handle this exception. So compiler will be forcing us. Either try catch or throws keyword we have to handle this. This one we will be seeing later. Now let's understand compiler will be forcing us to do this exception, handle this exception. Unchecked exception means it is programmer's responsibility only to take care of that exception. Compiler will not force that. Example for checked exception is IO exception and file not found exception. So both this example for unchecked exception is null pointer exception and array index out of bound exception. So these exceptions we only have to handle. How exception handling can be done in Java? Exception can be handled by using try catch finally block or by using throws keyword. First let's see try catch finally block. In try block we have to keep the risky code, that is the code in which exception may occur. There is any possibility of exception means that code we can keep it in try block. After that catch block. Suppose if there is any exception happened in try block means that exception will be catched by this catch block and there will be some handling code for that. So it will handle that exception. After that finally block. This finally block what it will do means mainly it will close the opened resources by try block. Suppose if any problem occurred in our program and it gets stopped in the middle means that opened resources should be closed in order to improve the memory. So for that purpose we have this finally block, and then we saw by using throws keyword we can handle that exception. Now let's see about that. Void m throws IO exception. So this throws keyword we have to use it in the method signature. So throws is nothing but a keyword only. So if you are using that keyword means compiler knows exception have to be handled like that, compiler knows. Possibility of try catch finally blocks. There are some valid scenarios for this how to use this try catch finally blocks. Let's see about them. First try catch and then finally. If you are using this in order then that is valid case. After that try and then catch. So multiple catch blocks if you are using that is also valid. And then try finally. So without catch if you are using that is also valid only. Compiler will not throw any error, but if there is any exception occurs means that our program will cause to stop in the middle itself. So without catch block that is valid but our program will be stopped. Next invalid cases are if you are trying to use try alone and catch alone and finally alone, if you are using those cases are invalid. Throw and throws keyword. First throw keyword. It is used to throw an exception explicitly, that is forcefully. If we want to throw some exception then we have to use this throw keyword. Then throws. It is used to declare an exception, that is throws keyword it will just declare there is some exception in this method, like that it will just declare it. Then throw keyword can be used in try block or inside any method. Throws keyword it is used with the method signature. Throw keyword using that only one exception can be thrown, but using throws keyword we can throw multiple exceptions. Let's see example for them. For throw keyword we can write inside some try block and then we are throwing here some custom exception, throw new custom exception, and we are checking some number greater than 10. So for throw keyword will be better for custom exceptions since we are throwing that forcefully. Throws keyword we are writing inside the method declaration, in the method declaration, and we are throwing here multiple exceptions. This throws keyword will be better for checked exceptions. Does finally block get executed if either try or catch blocks are returning the control? To answer this question, first we need to know the purpose of finally block. Finally block why we will be using means to close the open resources by try block in order to improve the memory. So yes, finally block will be always executing as it is mainly used to close the open resources. Only system.exit or system crashes, that time only this finally block will not execute. What is the use of print stack trace method? It is used to print the detailed information about the exception occurred. For example, if we take some application or project, there will be many classes. So when we try to run that, what if some exception occurred in that? We cannot find where that exception will be, since there are many classes inside that. So this print stack trace method, if we use, it will give us detailed information about the exception, that is where that exception, in which class, which line, everything it will give us. For example, try int I is equal to 4 by 0. So here we are trying to divide by 0 and we are trying to catch that, catch of exception e dot print stack trace. So here we are printing that stack trace. For that, output will be java.lang.arithmetic exception divide by 0. So this is our exception, and where it occurs, everything it is giving here. How to create custom exceptions in Java? To create custom exception, first we need to create one new class. That class name should be ending with exception. For example, if we are trying to check if the number is valid or not, then we can use invalid number exception. Like that class name we can use. Next thing, we have to extend that class with exception. Then create one constructor with string as a parameter for that, so that we can pass the details through the constructor itself. And then in that constructor, we need to call the super constructor and pass the message, so that we can retrieve the message in the other class or main class. Wherever we want, we can call this constructor. To understand this, we can see this example. Class custom exception extends exception. So we have created one class name with a custom exception, like that ending name should be with exception. After that, we have extended the class with exception. Then we have created one constructor. Inside that constructor, we are calling some string argument. Then we are passing that message through super. Difference between final, finally and finalize in Java. First, final. Final means it is a modifier, and where we are declaring this final, based on that it will act. If you are declaring this final before class means, then child class cannot be created for that class. If method is declared as final, then we cannot override that method. If variable is declared as final, then it cannot be changed. Next, finally. Finally means it is a block, and its main purpose is to close the opened resources by try block. So it is used to clean up the resources mainly opened by try block. Then finalize. Finalize means it is a method, and it is also used to close the opened resources only, but it is called by garbage collector to clean up the resources before destroying an object. So objects opened resources, it will be closed by finalize block. So final is a modifier, finally is a block, and finalize is a method. Rules for method overriding in exception handling. These rules are divided based on checked exception and unchecked exception. For checked exception, if parent class is throwing checked exception, then child class should definitely throw that exception or its subtype exception, but not parent exception. Unchecked exception, both classes are independent. There is no restriction for unchecked exceptions. That is, if parent class is throwing some exception, child class may or may not throw. There is no compulsion for that to throw that exception. Okay viewers, we have discussed about exception handling basic concepts and interview questions. For other concepts in Java, we have uploaded separately. You can refer to that. Please subscribe and support us for more videos. Thanks for watching.